What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 50. That's right, we're halfway to 100. 50 mark is here. Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, B. Zanny, joined by my co-host, D. Woody, and today we've got a great episode in store for you. Going to be discussing the minor that just went on in the CDL, and also some Rocket League NA Open info coming to you. So stay tuned. Episode 50, it's a big one. Thank you guys for sticking with us through this many episodes. Let's get into it. Dak, we've got our first minor that just took place.
Minor.
Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. We had a long break.
Yeah.
Off of COD, and we've been dying to get back into it. So let's just hop right into it. How'd you feel about the minor overall?
I thought it was fun for sure. I kind of wished it was double elim because it was sad to see some of these teams just gone in a day. But we did get to see a lot of top team matchups in a more competitive setting than league matches, so I'm always here for that.
Yeah, I liked it too. I definitely think it's better than league matches, right? League matches at the end of the day don't mean as much than this little minor tournament. Even though it's single elim, it kind of feels like league matches because we're getting all different matchups. But at the same time, it's helping for seeding going into a major. So or for champs. It doesn't affect the majors. It only affects champs. How do you feel about that?
Man, I guess it's cool.
I just think it's weird that online single elim tournaments affect only the biggest tournament of the year on LAN.
Yeah, but because then all league matches just do major seeding, so it's like, I don't know. Like, it would be
you get
of
points.
Sick.
You still get points.
Yeah, but it would be sick if like a team that's in the bottom four did well at the minor and like got out of the single elim loser bracket start because they did good at the minor. But if
I just think it should be on LAN
at all. Yeah, that too.
I just think it should be on LAN. That's it.
Yeah, that too.
Or be double elim. If you're gonna keep it online, make it double elim.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd have to adjust the schedule a little bit, but if you're gonna make it single elim, make it on LAN. So it's representative of what it's attributing to, which is the biggest tournament on LAN at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than that, I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely
cool.
a W compared to league matches. It was more meaningful COD, so it was fun to watch.
Before we get into the matches in our recap, we gotta touch on one thing real quick, and that is the Illy name change. So Illy just randomly tweeted out a few days ago, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday, changing my name. This is the new brand, Yoda. And his Twitter was Yoda King _
Yeah.
And a lot of people were making fun of him, dude. Like, people were like making their own name change tweets, replying, saying shitty things to him, just making fun of him the whole thing. And then later that day, he tweets, "If this gets 20K likes, I'll go back to Illy." And it got 20K likes, dude, because that was gonna be the worst decision ever. Like, you can't. He had one. We've already talked about this, just us two, but one, you had a dope name to start with. Illy's a dope name. It was unique. No one had anything really similar
Rolls
to
off
it.
The tongue. It's memorable.
Rolls off the tongue. He looks like it. Like, it looks like him. Like, he looks like Illy. Like, and then you go on to be on two of the most prestigious organizations of Dallas Empire and Optic Gaming, and you win a ring with the Empire, and then you're on Optic, so you have all this notoriety. You don't do that. You don't be on Optic and then name change and it goes well.
No, he won Major 1 in Vanguard with Scump in them, and that was the first tourney win in the CDL era, wasn't it?
No, he won champs.
No, but I'm saying on Optic, he won Major 1 too. So like that's even more to add to his notoriety.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was thinking.
And that was like a
saying he didn't
big
have any
moment
champs
at the
rings with
time.
Optic.
So like if you're doing big things under Optic, you're illy for life, brother. Don't change that.
Yeah, don't change that.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Yeah, and especially like going through that year with all his hand injuries.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stick to it. But that was almost bad.
Yeah,
like,
but I do want to say I think Yoda as a gamer tag is sick.
Great.
Sick
Yeah.
gamer tag, especially if you're like the wise S&D guy. Like that made sense. But it's illy. Like anyone else, it might have made sense if it was someone like Neptune or someone random.
I've
like,
never
in
seen an
Challengers,
illy.
but-
Like I've never seen another illy. I see Yoda all the time, or like plays off of Yoda, Yodi gang, Yoda, things like that. Like you see Yoda all the time, but you don't see Illy. You see like Illist or Ill, whatever. But Illy was a great name. But just wanted to touch on that before we get into the recap. Anything else you want to mention about the minor just as a whole before we start recapping?
No, let's just hop into it.
All right. So again,
screen.
single elim tournament here. So losing, you're out. I'm pretty sure it was 20,000 take all for first. And obviously you get some points for these wins. So
can you see the COD screen?
I'm looking at Rocket League stuff on. I have the minor pulled up already.
Oh, okay.
Screen. So you're good. You don't have to share it right now.
Okay, go ahead.
First match of the weekend, we have Gentlemates going up against Minnesota Rocker. This was the start of a somewhat impressive run for the Rocker here. Rocker take it 3-2 after falling the first two maps. So it's a reverse sweep from Rocker. Map 1 starts out 250 to 228 nail biter to start us off on Hacienda as well.
Yeah. And I want to say Lo-Fi Girl is the sponsor for LAGM8.
Are they really?
Yeah, and I didn't
know that.
They put the Lo-Fi Girl sponsor after the title of LAGM8 whenever they would zoom in on all four of their player cams. So it would say LAGM8 at the top, and then it would have a Lo-Fi Girl logo next to it, and it said Lo-Fi Girl. That. So their full name is LAG Gorillas M8 Lo-Fi Girl, right?
Oh my god. God, that's so bad.
LAG Gorillas M8 Lo-Fi Girl is their full name. That is what I will be calling them now.
Dude, at this rate, they're going to be the Michael Scott Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, Race for the Cure, for rabies. You know, that long-ass name they had for after he hit Meredith with his car.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be at the end of this, bro.
Oh, and also the cool thing, the CDL introduced Quickscope, where it's just a scoreboard and mini-map. So, like, they had a side stream for that.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. I didn't watch it, but I saw a tweet about it. So, cool if true. Also, protocol, tough viewing experience.
Honk shoe, especially because the map 3 was 3-0.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's hop into this. So, map 1, Linz and Nero going absolutely insane. I feel like Nero always pops off map 1s. He does up series going crazy.
He does.
But yeah, I mean, Rocker, they just kind of came out a little slow and then picked it back up and got back into the game, and I feel like that was the story of their entire weekend. But
I agree.
Yeah, good map from LAG there.
Yeah, map 2, we had a 6-4. Like I said, they went down 0-2. And this one looks like LAG just ended up going down 4-3 and then rattled off 3 in a row to take it.
Yeah, so this is kind of where I instantly was like, oh my god, Protocol Search is not fun to watch, doesn't look fun to play. It's just
down low.
Bunker Bang Simulator. It feels like there's absolutely no way to clutch on this map unless they plant a B, or is B the bunker bomb? I forget.
No, down low's A.
Okay, yeah. So if they plant B, then there's a little bit more finesse to that side of the map. But I feel like once a team, like, you just go downstairs, win the initial fight, plant, rounds over.
Yeah. It's the middle fights are so daunting on the offensive side, just because you get to the top a little bit delayed than the other side, I believe. And you also just have less headies to work with when you're crossing mid-map. But, I mean, we did see teams this whole weekend take advantage of that B bomb site and make it a little bit different, a little bit more diverse concepts. But overall, it is just a bang bottom.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, Minnesota is a good S&D team. They just they didn't fall their way.
Yeah, and Paul X is 3-7, but he did clutch 2 rounds, so impactful 3-7. I like Paul X in the clutch. I feel comfortable with that man. In a 1v2 scenario, I like it.
Well, they lost also.
Yeah,
I mean,
they did.
They lost. You go look at their most of the time when they're winning their searches, it's Paul. Which we'll take a look at.
But you can tell when he's activating, like when he's like, "Oh shit, I'm last alive. Let me turn up real quick." I love that.
Yeah, you can tell when he switches up the pace really quickly. He'll go from like sprinting to sitting a corner, then sprinting.
Yeah,
that's how you know he's locked. But map 3 was a slammage. 3-0 for Minnesota. Again, we had Geo and Estriel actually carrying the weight this time, which is good to see. Estriel has definitely been streaky this year. He's had some stinkers and some really good maps.
Bro, there's something about these multi-level maps, though, that Estriel does good on. Like last year, I feel like every time he popped off, it was high rise. He was just getting down low, getting behind him, being annoying. And I feel like all weekend he played pretty well on Protocol, like S&D and Respawn. So, yeah, shout out Estriel. It was really funny. Multiple times this series, they'd be on someone's POV, and they'd be like in trouble. Like someone on Rocker would like be in trouble, about to die, and you just see Geo fucking dive out of nowhere from the side of the camera. Like Geo just goes, bro. He just sprints shit down. I love it.
I like Geo's playstyle a lot.
Yeah,
it reminds me of my own. Just like fast-paced AR gunny.
Yeah.
I love it. And then map 4, 250 to 197. Everyone positive on the side of Minnesota Rocker. It was pretty tight for the first few hills, and then over time, Minnesota started to, branch away. No one clearly below or above anyone on the side of Gentlemates, but it just looks like they got, out teamworked. Everyone was slaying evenly on Rocker.
Yeah, this was reset cheese.
Oh, was it?
LAG was up like 100. Rocker came back. No, this happened twice on Rocker this weekend. So Rocker came back down 100, tie it up, someone lags out. And then Rocker just wins the reset. So, it's not like LAG was ahead when the reset happened, but they were ahead most of the game and probably had a better chance of winning that game than the reset. So, tough.
Damn.
Tough. But Kismet, Stinker
McGee.
I just feel like him and Priesta, bro, they're just never gonna put it together. One of them's got to go, man. Someone's got to go. Probably Priesta, but
I would probably say Priesta, but 18 and 30 is tough.
Yeah, no, dude, they just don't have the slaying power, and I just feel like every map, one of them is just sandbagging. And yeah, it's just
they can never all be on the same page. It's tough.
Yeah.
Then we get to the last map, 6-2, just dominance out of the side of Minnesota Rocker. They made Hacienda look easy. As we see here, I told you when they're winning games, it's usually Paul X, 9-3. I mean, you see it right there. The only one positive on LAG is Skies at 6-6.
Yeah, no, I think Rocker just had momentum and they were just shitting. They were just running out this map. And this map is so much better than Protocol. Like you watch them back to back, it's just light years ahead of Protocol. Like there's so many more plays
Protocol
to be made
sucks,
on this map.
Man.
Yeah. So
I think Rewind Hardpoint needs to come back as well.
I do too, but Hossie S&D I fuck with.
Absolutely. Yeah, shout out Rocker getting the first dub on the board. LAG goes home with nada. Next game of the weekend, we had Atlanta FaZe versus Miami Heretics. This went exactly as you would expect, other than the first map, FaZe got absolutely shit on, and everyone was like, oh my god, FaZe, what happened to FaZe? What happened to this old FaZe? Why are they getting shit on? And so they end up taking it 3-1. They just dropped the first map embarrassingly on red card, and then clean it up for the rest of the way. First map we hear, like I mentioned, kind of a blowout, 250 to 113 for the side of Miami. Real 25-15, and Draza the only one positive at 20-20 on the other side of things. I was watching this. I remember this one. They just couldn't get anything going. They couldn't track Real making pinches. And then whenever they did get the rotation, they would flip at the worst times. Like on that P2 to P3 rotation, they were getting caught flipping with like 25 seconds left, and they were spawning in the back. And so they just got trapped there on the rotation in P3. So, I mean, other than that, it was just pretty clinical for the for the side of of Heretics, even
Yeah.
though that didn't continue for the rest of the series.
Yeah. I mean, Miami's a pretty good respawn team, so once again, it's just S&D for these guys.
Exactly. And then the S&D goes the way of FaZe 6-3. Draza 9-5. Lucky the only one positive at 7-6. It was tied 3-3, and then they just won 3 straight to end it on Vault. But yeah, Vault S&D's just kind of like Protocol to me. It's not very fun to watch. It's it's either you're taking map control and playing the round as TDM, or you just insta plant a bomb and do your best.
Yeah. And Simp had a 1v4 that changed the course of the entire
Oh my
season.
God, yeah, this was it was 25 seconds.
Yeah.
It was insane, and it was at B. Like it wasn't even getting mixy with a sub in the nooks and crannies of A. It was out in the street at B with a sub just shitting on them. So yeah, that definitely turned the tide, because I think that might have been the round that started their 3 in a row on that map to win the map, and then they didn't lose a map again. So legacy 1v4 out of Simp there. We had back-to-back Vault here, so going into the control 3-2. This one was a nail biter. That it was back and forth 1-1. Miami went up 2-1 and then ended up losing 2 straight. So everyone negative on the side of Miami. Celium the only one negative on FaZe, but Draza and Simp pulling their weight.
If I'm not mistaken, this might have just been a 5 defensive Vault.
No,
No.
Because they, it could have been, actually. If FaZe got defense twice in a row with those last 2 rounds, yes.
Yeah,
it could have been, actually.
I think this was, if I recall, but
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's a lot of defense being won on Vault right now. So,
and then we get into Protocol for the map 4, and this one was even more of a slamming on the side of FaZe than it was for them on map 1. Simp 1.87 went 28-15 on Protocol control. They took this one convincingly, and Simp was hyped this whole weekend. In his player cam, you saw him yelling, getting the squad lit, and so I think that 1v4 and then his energy for the rest of the tournament really helped them out. But yeah, FaZe take this one 3-0.
Yeah, I feel like that's what FaZe needed, bro, was some energy. They just seemed like lethargic in these league matches, and they've been playing like shit, so it's nice to see them back in form,
Absolutely. Next series of the weekend, we had Optic Texas going up against Vegas Falcons. This one went pretty as you would expect. It was a 3-0 on the side of Optic Texas, but the first 2 maps were kind of close. We had a 250 to 244 on that first Vault hard point. Falcons took the lead fairly early and had the lead for a while until Optic were able to take it back a little bit there. So slow start, but they were able to make it work and flip that on their heads and take the map 1.
Yeah, Xnid.
Dashy beaming.
Xnid with the old 50 bomb. Sheesh.
Now the record for hardpoint, 52 from Xnid. And then on the other side of things, you had Dashy going 42-34. Shotzzy, 40-31. And then we get into the map 2, another Protocol. So a lot of Protocols so far in this tournament. And they take it 6-4. Shotzzy 12-7. Good maps from Doom and WXSL, but couldn't scrape it out. Optic were able to win 2 of the last rounds after being tied 4-4 to take the map. Shotzzy had a 1v2 and was helping the team stay alive.
Yeah, good map. I just feel like 4 rounds to Falcons just tells you everything you need to know about Protocol.
And then we get to map 3, Vault Control, which has been a struggle for the Falcons all year. I don't know how, but like they're really bad at this game mode, even though it's pretty straight up. They lost the round 2 defense pretty bad. Optic instantly capped 2 points, it felt like, and just dominated them. And this was just overall a great series for Dashy, 1.35. But Xnid on the other side of things still putting on a show for himself. So
Optic, they're really good at this map. Like they're one of the only teams that capped B almost every time they played it on Control.
What is that?
What?
Who's Icon spamming in your Discord right now?
I don't know.
under rules. Look at that.
What the fuck?
Do you see that? NSFW leaks?
What the fuck?
Who is that?
I don't know.
All right, anyways, good win.
Okay.
Good win for Optic before that weird interruption. Going into the next match here, we had Cloud9 New York versus Vancouver Surge. Surge came out super flat, get 3-0'd. Cloud9 looking good, taking all three of them pretty convincingly. Map 2 went to around 11, but we had some last-second defuse that we'll get to here in a second. But this was a really good series for Mac. He had a 1.34, almost the most damage in the lobby. They take the map 1 red card 250 to 141, and it was a close game up until midway through the second rotation, and then Cloud9 were able to break away.
Yeah, no, Mac, he was going crazy map 1. He was just getting lost. Bro was everywhere. On rotations, he'd always pop like 2 on a rotation. Like, he was just doing everything for them. They just looked really comfortable. Surge looked very uncomfortable, and C9 took it by 100.
Yeah, and then map 2, like I said, round 11, we had a last-second defuse for the round 11 win. And the only reason it kind of, got that far is because Hixie won a 1v1 versus Crimp, to go up 5-4. What's alarming me on the scoreboard here is 0-4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's just trying to play this, like, entry role, open up the map, sacrifice, kind of like the Shotzi 50-50, but he's dying every round.
Yeah.
He's dead every round.
Yeah, 11 deaths is crazy.
And he's the S&D guy. Like, he's the guy. Yeah. Like, he's the S&D guy. So,
yeah,
I'm confused how that happens. And
I am too. And their setup round 11 was horrible. They got bombed down at A, the bar side.
Mm-hmm.
And they just got in a straight line down outer for some reason. Didn't look mid. C9 just full pushes straight through mid, breaks the fuck out of that setup, and gets a defuse.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And then map 3, we had Vault Control. Cloud9 took this one very convincingly. Mac got a big 3-piece to secure one of the points that led to an offensive win, which ended up being that 3-1 victory.
Yeah, C9 was just shitting on him, running him down.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. I mean, this is what you want to see if you're a C9 fan out of Mac, though.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely the question mark coming into it, and you definitely didn't think that your question mark at this point would be Sib.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's been struggling negative again in this series, but they have been winning a little bit, so, can't get too upset.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It could just be a role thing for him. I don't know what's going on with Sib, but he's in the listen-ins. Like, he's definitely has passion. Like, he's trying. Like, bro's not in a bad mood or anything mid-map, checking his teammates out.
Gotcha. So, getting into the next day here. So that wrapped up Friday. Getting into Saturday, we have
up
Toronto.
The bracket now.
Yeah. We're getting into the quarterfinals here. We had Toronto Ultra versus Minnesota Rocker. They're starting the day off for us again. Minnesota Rocker love reverse sweeping. So they do it again with starting with double protocol, ending with double hacienda. It was a close map 1, 240 to 250.
Yeah.
Kleenex went huge, 38 and 24. On the other side of things, Estriel, again, like you said, Protocol Demon, 34 and 25.
Yeah.
So definitely a back and forth, and luckily they were able to catch up.
Rocker, they had an insane setup. Like, they were up 225 to 186, and they had the rotation to P2, and Kleenex just won, like, an insane gunfight, broke the setup. Joe won a crazy gunfight, back tower, and they broke P3 for the win. They, like, tied it on P2, broke P3 for the win. It was a crazy-ass map.
Damn. And then we get into the protocol control. So, again, back-to-back protocols, and this was just a beating for the Rocker. They get owned 6-1. Paul X with a donut. Is that the first donut of the year?
Dude, maybe. That's insane.
Fuck. I would have never guessed Paul X to be the first donut.
Paul X first donut and XNID first 50 bomb. What is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening?
But yeah, this is, I mean, just a tough showing. I don't know what it is. I think they just got hard countered.
Dude, I don't know. Ultra just retook every site. Whatever they wanted, they got it. It was insane.
Yeah. They just had a good game plan coming into it. But this is where the reverse sweep starts. And funny enough, Rocker almost got reverse sweeped in this game mode. They go up 2-0, end up going to a round 5 in the control. Insight and Beans doing their thing, and Estriel and Geo also positive on the other side of things. But it looks like this was just a gritty W.
No, dude, it was insane. Rocker, or Ultra had lives. Like, they were up like 7 lives. Rocker's down to single digits. And Ultra had a clean team wipe on Rocker at the end of the game. Rocker was trying to get B. I thought that was it. And Rocker just group up, hit through mid, and make a play and fucking win the game 3-2. It was insane.
Damn. Yeah, that Vault always feel like if no one wins an offense, it always goes down to the wire and becomes crazy, obviously. And then we get into the map 4 Hacienda. Rocker take this one 250 to 165. Pretty much a struggle for the entire side of Ultra outside of Beans.
Reset
in the end. Again?
Yeah, Ultra was up fucking 80, and reset cheese happened.
Damn.
You never win the reset.
No, you don't. Everyone positive on the side of Rocker. Everyone checked out, it sounds like, on the side of Ultra. We get to the map 5, Hacienda again. We know Rocker are good at this map, and they were able to take it. They win 4 straight rounds after round 2 to go up 5-1, give a couple rounds, and then finally close it out. Paul X struggling in the S&D this series. Overall, he went 3-10 or 3-11. Mm-hmm. But luckily, Nero stepped up in that map 5, and they took it.
Yeah. I think something about this map in S&D. It seems like one team's sub duo, they always just like struggle together. It's weird.
Yeah.
So
it is. And then we get into the next match here. Battle of the Green continues. We had the Boston Breach versus Optic Texas. So far this year, the Breach have been Optic's hard counter, so I was really looking forward to seeing Optic get a W here. End up taking it 3-2. It was chippy the whole way, back and forth. Yeah. First map, Boston took 250 to 239. Dashy and Hook doing their thing to try and carry the boys, but the teamwork on the side of Boston just outlasted, even with Awakening going 15-28.
Yeah, no, Optic had the last rotation to win the game, and Snoopy did that cheese where you jump out of the map at like the stables and then jump back in, and he popped a 3-piece, and that was it.
Yeah,
it gave him momentum.
That's tough. But luckily we go into the map 2, which, I mean, the whole series was back and forth, and so was this map. It was win for the other team. They just kept going back and forth, trading rounds here and on Hacienda, and Optic ending up taking it round 11.
Yeah.
The only reason it got this far is because in round 9 or 10, Purge got a crazy 3-piece that he should not have gotten. So Purge continuing to look good. He went 12-7 this map, but the boys on the green wall were able to push it through.
Yeah, Dashy, he's an absolute menace on that A balcony.
Yeah, he is.
That A balcony, they just can't kill him up there. He had a 1v2 from there. He went huge round 10 and 11 from there. Like, he was everything.
Yep. Kenny also had the 1v2 right after. That kept them in the game. Then we get into map 3, Protocol Control. I think I missed this map because I do not remember them getting 3-0 fucking slammed. Hook, the only one positive at 20-17. And a tough map for Dashy here.
Yeah, Snoopy was just cooking, bro. I don't know. Like, they just looked comfortable, and Optic didn't. They were just running them down. It was insane.
Yeah, Snoopy definitely went off. And then the map 4, like I said, we're going back and forth here. Optic take the Protocol, hardpoint 250 to 190. Everyone positive on the side of Optic, everyone negative on the side of Breach. Dashy went 32-20, just absolutely piecing.
Yeah. This was also peak Shotzi viewing experience. That man was
in flow.
He was getting lost. He was in flow, flipping the map at any moment. Like, he was doing everything.
That's awesome.
Also, Hook, his POV is fucking insane, bro. It looks like he's on mouse and keyboard sometimes.
Yeah, like his aim is constantly like.
Yeah, and when he gets in the elevator shaft and he's like flicking to hit the rope or whatever to zip line up and down, like, it looks like he's on mouse and key. It looks like he has insane sense.
That's funny. And then we get into the map 5 here. Optic ended up taking the series 6-4. or the map 6-4 to take the series. Funny enough, this was a Kenny masterclass. He was able to bring them down to the wire. 3 people positive on the side of Breach, but they ended up losing.
Yeah.
And Kenny 11-6, bringing them to a dub.
Yeah, it was funny. Even Dashy tweeted, "I was lost that map. Thank God for Ken," or something like that.
So Optic keep it on pushing. Boston Breach eliminated in the second round after a bye, so they don't get any points either.
That kind of sucks for them, bro. I like Breach. I think they're pretty damn good.
I do too.
They're kind of rockerish. Like they could definitely be in the mix on a good weekend.
And then we get to the next series of the day. We had Carolina Royal Ravens versus C9. C9 ended up falling 3-2, so the Ravens push on. This was another back and forth series. You can just see how mixy these players are. I mean, Mac had 100 deaths, Sib had 100 deaths, yeah. Vivid had 105 deaths. Like, everyone was just getting in the mix. But the first map, Cloud9 was able to take 250 to 239. It was neck and neck. They were tied going into the second to last hill. Mm-hmm. And then Carolina was able to take it. But Tej and Slasher with good performances, Attach and Crimp with good performances, everyone else negative. But yeah.
Yeah, so this was the map where Sib snaked his ass off in Garage. Yep. He didn't get a kill.
On the Lambo.
He didn't get a kill, but Vivid was on the Rockheady.
Yeah.
Where he was looking, and Sib shot back at him, and Vivid was like, "Oh fuck," and just backed up. So
yeah, he gave 4 pumps.
Yeah.
4.
It seemed like more. He was pumping.
Well, he gave 4, shot at him, and then kept going.
Okay, yeah. So he was snaking his ass off for sure.
Yeah.
So this caused a bit of an uproar, and
apparently they're getting blacklisted for a week, right?
That was the original tweet. So Ghosty originally tweeted, we voted to blacklist them for a week. The only teams that haven't voted are pretty much the ones that are still playing. And Lamar came on, Accuracy, their coach, Cloud9's coach, came on to the flank and said, "What the fuck? That's so unfair for first offense when last year we had clear-cut rules that said first offense, this is the punishment, second offense, this is the punishment, so on and so forth." So they reverted it. They're only going to be blacklisted for 1 day of scrims.
Okay.
This week.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which that's fair. That's fair. And
yeah, sure.
I'm sure they're handling it internally. What the fuck are we doing here?
Yo, Sib, stop snaking. Okay.
Yeah. But it wasn't the most impactful snake, but he still shouldn't have been doing it. And that Rockheady is so godlike. I honestly don't even care that he snaked that. Like, you could not see the principle, but it is the principle. So.
Second map, we also had Hossie into Search. Carolina took this convincingly 6-2. Nothing really to touch on here. TJ was having his way, and they just ran him.
Yeah, C9 or Carolina. I mean, they were just running down mid every single round. It was like their playground. Really? Yeah, Tej and Vivid were just running shit.
Interesting. Then we get into the Vault Control. Again, this is the map where it's just defense, and that's what ended up going down. Carolina get the defense in the last map, in the last round, rather, and secure that map win. Tej having another great map, 40-28, willing the team to victory.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, this was a...
And no one really got shit on the side of Cloud9. It was just it's just control.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, this was a 5-time defensive win map.
And then we get into the Skyline Hardpoint, probably my favorite map to watch, honestly. And then this was kind of a tough one for the side of Carolina, because you got it to 230 to 250, but 3 of you are negative. So there's definitely some room for fixing on that, and could have definitely won this map and taken it out 3-1. But C9 closed the map out. Really good map out of Attach, 29-22.
Huge 3-piece.
It was back and forth the whole way.
Attach had a huge 3-piece.
Yeah, Attach calls game with a huge 3-piece, as it says here, going into the P2, right?
Yeah. So that, and then I was gonna say C9's listen in amazing. Crimp might have the best dead.
The dead call.
It was awesome.
Hell yeah. Then we get a banger map 5. It goes around 11. Ravens ice up and also keep it going. They do a ninja defuse in round 9 to keep it alive. It was kind of a troll, but Carolina ended up extending it and taking it round 11.
Yeah.
Sib kind of got trolled there. He was 11-7, but on the other side of things, Gwyn 12-7, picking up for when TJ Halley doesn't have the best map.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say overall, Teach had a great series.
Yeah, for sure. No, Teach was eating. This was a bit of a reset cheese. Cloud9 was up 3-1. Someone lagged out, and they had to play the rest of the map after.
Yeah, the lag outs have been really, really bad in private match this past week. They were like with the latest update or a week ago or something. It's made it really, really bad. So they've been having to deal with that.
And low key, bro, Vault S&D might be worse than Protocol. I'm not even joking. It's just.
I think they're both equally bad. I think I honestly think. Obviously, Hacienda is probably the best one, and then it's probably Skyline, and then Red Card.
And even Skyline, bro, it's like too damn small to rotate. Like, you can see the whole map from mid. Yeah. Nobody's going to sneak behind you unless they go under, I guess, but.
Which is troll.
Yeah, like it's just, I don't know, man. These maps are just, it's tough. It's tough.
It is.
It's low-key ruining the year, but it's all right. It's all right.
Hopefully more maps come through, though.
Yep.
Then we get into the next match of the series, the last one of the Saturday before we get into the finals, or the final day. We had, where am I at here? We had LA Thieves going up against Atlanta FaZe, the juggernaut matchup here. I was pretty much looking at this. If Optic doesn't win, the winner of this series is going to win. And FaZe ended up taking it 3-1. Map 1, we had Protocol Hardpoint 250 to 155. Everyone on FaZe was just frying, bro. We had Draza 26-18, Celium 24-17. Celium definitely stepped it up. He hasn't been having a Celium-like year, but he stepped it up here, and they take map 1.
Yeah, I genuinely, maybe the 1v4 did change FaZe, because ever since then, they've been looking clinical in Hardpoint.
Yeah.
Celium's getting active. He's getting in the mix. Draza sounded great in the listen-ins, giving hella good call-outs and information.
And you got Hydra going 16-25 on a map.
Yeah, bro. I wonder if they were just playing for him heavy.
I don't know.
I don't know. But FaZe looking good, man. This is not what you want to see if you're a fan of anyone else in the top 3.
Yeah, and they keep the whatever it's called going, momentum going, bringing it into the Search and Destroy and Skyline, taking that 6-2. Abizi got a 3-piece in an early round to secure it. The only reason LA even have 2 rounds is because Scrap got a 3-piece in one of the rounds. But they're able to close it out pretty easily on Skyline 6-2.
Yeah, and this was the start of the Abizi takeover. He's back.
Yeah,
he's back.
Abizi started turning up for sure. We go to Protocol control here, and LA Thieves finally get a map on the board, taking it 3-2. Tough map for Draza and Simp here, but everyone was kind of clicking on the side of LA Thieves, and they reverse swept them in the game mode. So they lost the first 2 rounds and won 3 straight.
They just woke up mid-map.
And we were in the call together, and I said a real reverse sweep starts in the control, but that didn't happen. As we go to map 4 and FaZe take it 250 to 198 to take the series. Abizi 40-26, just absolutely smoking him with 4,600 damage, carrying the team here. Better performances out of Hydra here, so that's good to see, but not a very good performance out of Scrap, and just not the best series overall from Envoy either, but Abizi and Celium definitely willing the boys to victory here.
Yeah, FaZe just looks really good at Hardpoint now. Like, their rotations were on point. They were always ahead of the game. Thieves tried to tie it up. They brought it back a little bit, and then FaZe
that
just
one before really
rotated.
was it, because literally the Hardpoint before that, they looked completely discombobulated.
Yeah, it's insane. I can't believe that just slingshotted them back into their prime form.
And then we get into Champ Sunday here. Minnesota Rocker making it to a top 4 position, going up against the hot FaZe clan. They ended up going to a map 5, and FaZe ended up taking it. Map 1 goes to FaZe 250 to 227. Minnesota played really, really well here. It was a close map, but Unfortunately, FaZe was just able to take it towards the end there. They during the FaZe listen-in is when you kind of heard it turn around a little bit, and they strung together a few hills, and were able to take the lead for themselves and have that cushion to take it in the end.
Bro, I wonder, because it seems like every time they listen into a team that's down like 30 to 50 points, they just start coming
they
back.
do it.
You think they see that little
Well, they know
light?
what they're doing.
They see that little light come on that says recording, and they're like, "Oh shit! Like turn up.
I don't
Let's
think
get
they
these
know.
comms right." No, dude, there's a light. They've talked.
No, I think they just join their Discord or their TeamSpeak or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's like a notification like light that tells them when a listen-in is happening. Yeah, because if not, they're probably just cussing like crazy. So, but
that is funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like every time a team is down a little bit and then they get a listen-in, they just start turning up and bring it back.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we get into the map 2 here, Vault Search. Rocker taking this one pretty convincingly. Great map out of Estriel, 12-4, 10-7 from Simp, but it wasn't enough. They win the last 2 rounds to take it 6-4 after having it tied. And Estriel clutched up an intense 1v1 to give them that lead, or to keep them in the game at 4-3, and eventually, go to do it. But Paul X also had a good 2-piece in the round, even though he went double negative. Got to figure out what's going on with Paul X here, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He definitely had a rough S&D KD this weekend, but
yeah,
he still had good moments in S&D, and Abizi, stinker.
Yeah,
stinker
tough map from Abizi. But he's like Shotzi, right? You live and die by his play style, where sometimes they play for you and nothing works, or sometimes you get to roam the map free and get all the timings. But
yeah,
we go to map 3 again, Vault Control, going to round 5. Who would have thought? Minnesota Rocker able to collect that defense in round 5, and
they had a crazy round to even get defense. Like, they were fighting, bro. It was nuts to get that last tick.
Yeah, so they fight to get the ticks on that offense and are able to take it, or the defense rather, and are able to take it. Abizi and Selium having good maps, but the Rocker were able to steal the deal.
Dude,
and push
Rocker
this
was
to
up
a map 4.
2-1 right here. I thought this was it. I was like, oh my God, they have momentum. They can do this.
And then we get into, especially with Red Card coming up next, and the last time we saw that was against Miami, and they got fucking world starred. But FaZe was able to take care of business here. Some really good slaying numbers for the side of Rocker, but they were just out of the loop, not rotating as cleanly as FaZe was, and FaZe were able to take a good lead at the start of the second rotation, and just that comfortability led them to a map win. Even though it was 250 to 214, I think FaZe, this was more of a dominant win than the scoreboard looks like, as you can see, with all positive KDs as well.
Dude, FaZe would be up like 70, and then Rocker would bring it back, and then they'd go up 70 again, and then Rocker would bring it back, and then they'd go up 70 again. Like, it was just nonstop. Like, huge lead, small lead, huge lead, small lead. Rocker breaking crazy setups. Like, they just don't go away.
But they kept that momentum going into map 5, and predominantly FaZe take the map 5 6-2. Paul, Lex, and Gio the only ones positive, and then everyone positive on the side of FaZe. You had Abizi getting a 2-piece, Cell getting a 2-piece, everyone contributing for an easy map 5 win. So Atlanta FaZe move on to the finals.
Yeah. So how do we feel about this Rocker team getting top 4?
I think it's fair. I think they resemble the LAG team from last year a little bit, but with more online prowess. I think if they can continue this on to LAN, then I think they can be that consistent top 14 between them and Toronto. But for some reason, I get a weird feeling that they're going to be the opposite of LAG. I think they're going to be dog shit on LAN.
Really? Okay.
I don't know why, because they're not individually. They're not known for being dog shit on LAN individually, but I just have this weird feeling
that it's not going to be
the confidence. Yeah, the aura won't be there. Yeah, like it is online. So,
but I like them a lot, dude. They got some shooters.
Good showing.
Yeah,
great showing. Which brings us to the next semifinal matchup. Optic Texas going up against Carolina. Whoa. Carolina. Fucking Carolina, mate.
Fucking
Carolina Royal Ravens. Unfortunately, Optic does fall short on this one. The maps they did win were convincing too, which is frustrating. Excuse me. Map 1, Skyline 250 to 137. Just a dominant performance. Hook went 35 and 16. just fucking insane. It was just a dominant performance. They were just frying. Really.
He didn't even start the map hot either. Like, it was a super close game up until like around 100 points, and then Hook just went absolutely crazy that second rotation.
Yeah, just Hook the Nuke showing up. And then we get into Hacienda 6-4. Unfortunately, there were some tough clutches. TJ with a 1v1 in the middle of the game, and then to make it 5-4 for the Ravens instead of 5-4 for Optic was a 1v1 between Slasher and Dashy, and he hopped the bomb, and Dashy got there 0.1 seconds too late.
Insane.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, to defuse the bomb. There was like you couldn't even see the space left on the defuse timer for Dashy before Slasher killed him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then the next round, Slasher gets a 3-piece to cap it off top mid, unfortunately. So that's just what happens when you hit mid, dude. It's just like you gotta win your fight. If you don't, it's a collapse. But
Shotzi also shot Gwen's body this map
a lot, and the rest of the series because of taking scrims like playing scrims different than matches and the streaming of scrims stuff. But tough map for Kenny, 2-9.
Yeah.
And then we get into the map 3, Vault Control. This was a great map out of Optic, being able to take that offensive win and turn it into a dub. Dashy, 32-19. Kenny pulling his weight here this map. He had a crazy 3-piece in the first or second round to secure a dub. But Optic take this one pretty convincingly, and this is where I thought we would hopefully walk away with the win.
It might have just been this weekend, but Optic might be the best Vault Control team because they had a clinical B cap this game that won them the game. So
they're really good at Vault Control, very confident.
And once Dashy gets in art, you're not getting B, fam. Good luck. No. Get him out of there, or you're not getting B.
Then we go to the map 4, definitely one of the weirder maps on the entire weekend. 197 to 206. This one went down to time, and unfortunately, the kills were just falling at the right time for the Ravens on this to be able to set up those couple seconds to get them in the lead and then let the time bleed out. But overall, it's pretty even in this lane category.
Yeah. I think Ravens got bailed out by the clock, low key. Optic was on the roto, and it just got sloppy because the time was running out.
Yep, and then we get into the map 5, Protocol, S&D, and Optic end up getting eliminated from the tournament 6-4 here. They just could not help Shotzi. He went 13-7 with 5 first bloods. Like, come on, man, you can't let him get 5 first bloods and y'all lose the map.
Yeah, that's insane.
Kenny and Hook both 4-9. Gwen on the other side of things, being able to talk his shit after. Him and Teej were giving the birds to Shotzi on the cams. That was a tough one to watch.
Okay, there was just
Carolina punched their ticket to the finals.
Just a questionable decision by Optic in the last round. They're on defense. They just didn't go bunker.
Yeah, they didn't.
Ravens just got bombed down bunker for free. You're not breaking that setup. Like, what are we doing? I feel like you gotta cover the fucking unbreakable bomb site.
Yeah, we also used a cruise when we were down 3-4 to retake that I think we maybe could have hung on to. But regardless, Royal Ravens punched their ticket to the grand finals against FaZe for our first minor, and FaZe take it 3-2-1. Map 1, we had Protocol Hardpoint. That ended up 250 to 166. Another banger overall for FaZe. Celium 24-13, playing his life graciously, but it was just a diff overall, honestly.
The streets,
the only one positive.
The streets are saying Teej had a bad map because Crumbles closed on Sunday. There might be something there. 13-28 there might be something there.
Dude, that's bad. 13-28?
0.46.
Oh my god.
It's already turned up in S&D though.
Yeah, the next map goes round 11 and FaZe still are able to take it. Teej 13-8, not enough for the squad.
Oh, I will say.
This one was back and forth. What?
Teej had an insane 3-piece in the bunker with an RC car for one and then a double kill after that. So Teej definitely bounced back, but yeah.
Great map from a BZ here again, 11-6, securing that dub. Then we go to the Vault Control again, going to a round 5. they were each team both able to win an offense and a defense to push it to the map 5. Carolina gets that defense in the last round and is able to secure the map, pushing us to the map 4. But we did have a good map out of Celium that didn't go too well, and Simp both drop in, numbers, but it's Vault Control.
Yeah.
Defense is defense. What are you going to do?
Ravens won an offense, and then FaZe answered with an offensive win.
Right.
And then Ravens were on defense round 5, so they just fixed their mistakes. There's no way you win 2 offenses on Control.
Yeah. And then we get into the map 4, which is the last map of the tournament here. FaZe are your champions, and shit on them in the Hacienda Hardpoint. FaZe extending their lead, just strong P2 hold. Celium went 25 and 15, Simp 29 and 17, and then I believe Abizi won the overall MVP, right?
Yep.
So shout out to Abizi. It's been a while since we've seen some good shit out of him, honestly. He wasn't very good last year, and he wasn't very good at MW2, was he?
Who cares?
Yeah, honestly, who cares? It's good to see him coming back
Fuck
into form.
that game.
And seeing some good shit out of Abizi. But yeah, FaZe looked clinical after that 1v4 in the map loss to Miami. And from then on, they were just absolutely frying, taking down Thieves, taking down Rocker, and then taking down Ravens in the finals.
Yeah, shout out to FaZe. They're back, I guess. They're back on top.
Shout out to FaZe.
This is
and so they're going to have the target on their back at the major.
Dude, this is just so weird. Like FaZe, remember last year they had that dominant split 2, couldn't lose a map, and then started playing worse going into champs. They didn't have a good champs, and then they win in EWC. And then this year they're playing like absolute dog shit in the league matches, and then all of a sudden they win the minor. So this team's just streaky, right? Bro. They're weird. It's just weird. They might be like a mental head case kind of team.
I don't know.
Something
we don't get much
derails.
Look into their background.
Yeah,
we don't the day to day they're not tweeters, they're not vloggers, they're not streamers. We barely see any of them.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks, but we still got matches coming up this weekend. So we got some more card coming. So tune into next weekend for our league match review. But before we get to our coin segment, we're gonna take a look at some Rocket League coming up. Dak, take it away.
Yes, sir. So let me bring this over here. Okay, so this will be quick, but we are finally starting the new season of RLCS this year.
Woo.
And the top 16 North American teams, they played their qualifier, and this is the top 16 that are going to be in the regional. So, obviously this year we got Gen G. It's Reddle's Magic Bear Cheese. They went to Gen G this year. Great org. Good for them. Really happy for them. They should be top 4. They should be top 4 in this regional.
Okay.
First Killer, Chronic, and LJ are with the Ultimates.
What is that?
I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's like a real. I mean, I guess it's a real org, but I don't know, man.
Let me search them real quick.
Because if you're not signed to an org, then you make your own team name.
Right.
And that seems a little made up, but I don't know.
The Ultimates GG.
Okay. So.
Founded in 2018, home of esports and entertainment. Here's their esports team.
Are they like League of Legends or something?
Which game will you be watching us play most this year? Rocket League, Overwatch 2, or Valorant?
Okay, that's why I don't
know. So that's
what
they're in.
Yeah,
yeah,
makes sense. We also got Deleted, which is Andy, Gyro, and Wavy.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a made-up name.
Yeah, probably. Or no. Deleted is real. That's a real org.
Oh, okay.
Andy was on Pirates on a Boat, I believe.
Okay.
With them last year, so they're a pretty solid team. This could be a decent team, but I don't think they're gonna make any lands or anything. Chicago, Hoxer, and Kofer, who's like a 17-year-old pro.
I don't know who Kofer is.
I'm pretty sure he's a young guy.
He's newer.
But Chicago and Hoxer, I mean, that's a solid too. They were on SSG last year, so this is definitely a team to look out for. Don't sleep on Chicago.
For sure.
Reddle's even said recently, Chicago, he's been struggling with this team. Chicago's been eating. So look out for them. Shopify Rebellion, they ran it back with Justin, Two-Piece, and Parth. Great team. Last year they had really high highs, really low lows at these regionals. So, they were up and down.
But find that happy medium.
Their ceiling is nice. They're going to be good. Okay, we got some imports this year from EU coming to NA. I'm pretty sure that's what they're calling them.
Okay, so that just sounded bad.
Crispy, Ixo, and Simas. I don't know.
This
Crispy
isn't the real.
Simas.
This isn't Strictly Business, is it? That's just what name they chose.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful, man.
Wait, Strictly Business.
You don't remember Strictly Business from Ghosts?
Oh yeah. I
SB?
knew I've heard that. Yeah.
Doug and the Cutoff.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite like org names of all time.
Yeah,
so
that is a great.
They better show up.
Yeah.
These imports, as you call them, better show up.
Complexity Gaming.
More.
Yeah, kinda. These dudes were in NA last year. Yeah, Razeable and CRR were on Complexity when they got top 4 at Worlds 2 years ago. So they're solid.
Mm-hmm.
They're solid for sure. That's definitely a team to look out for.
Omelet
running it back. Lion Blaze, Percy, Zanil. Gonna be solid for sure. Space Station got Frosty.
This was Snowmen, right?
Yes, Frosty, Scribbles, and Reveal. They're all young as shit, like 16 or younger.
I hope they may. I liked this team last year, so I hope they make some. They got an order, like they're on Space Station.
Yeah,
holy shit.
Yeah, so that's dope. Really, really looking forward to watching them. Pirates on a Boat has 5-Up, Creams, and Hockey. So I guess
Isn't it Hockey the one we saw at CCL?
Yeah,
or CRL?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And
on Northwood.
Lion Blaze was also there too, and he's on.
Yes, that's
Omelet.
right. Yeah, he's
so
on Omelet.
I guess they switched Andy for Creams, and Creams is from Wales. Yeah, Wales. Look at me, I know flags, baby.
Wow. That's crazy.
Gas. Garrett G, AJ, and Squishy. So
they formed this kind of as a troll team and then ended up qualifying.
Yes, they're all retired. This is straight up a pickup team, and they made top 16. So they're gonna.
That's awesome. I just realized it's their names. Yes, it's their names.
Yeah, so that's dope. Almost Nuts is Repeat, T. Corell, and Skippy. I believe these are CRL guys. I think these are CRL guys.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Versland.
It's a German team, I guess, or at least Jazzy
One guy.
is. Yeah.
Hazo and Zai.
I know nothing about them. That'll be interesting.
Nope.
Team Evo, Speed, Relating Wave, and Arju. I've heard of Relating Wave. He's been around for a minute. Just kind of mid-tier European player. You know, always in like the top 16, but yeah. Don't expect much.
Then we got
from them.
NRG.
Yeah, NRG, dude. They're going to be
AKA
gross.
G2.
These are our boys right here. These are motherfucking defenders of North America right here.
Yep.
We got to get a dub this year. Come on, boys. Tech, my boy Calm, my favorite player of all time. Love him. He's with Evo and Talk, kind of a young up-and-comer. This team was originally named Talk Tua.
Ah, they didn't change it to Tech.
Yeah, people got mad about that. They're like, change your fucking name. I'm not scrimming.
Okay, so I'm going to say our first top 4 are going to be NRG, the Ultimates.
Yeah.
Hopefully Gen G.
Yeah. That 4 spot is going to be interesting.
It is. It is. It's going to be really.
Gas.
I mean, it could be gas. It could be Shopify. It could be Omelet. It could be Space Station.
It could be 9 Lives. Like
it could be some of these teams we don't know much about.
Yeah. So
it's
that
going to be
4th
interesting.
spot is going to be crazy.
When does it start?
Where does it say?
This weekend. January 10th, 11th?
This weekend.
Oh, playoffs. Gotcha.
Let's go. So here's the bracket down here. Gen G plays NRG round 1. Tough.
Oof.
Tough.
Why did they always get such tough roads,
They do, bro. Reddles has the worst bracket luck of anyone I've ever seen.
Damn.
Strictly Business and Space Station might be interesting. Omelet and Gas will be good. Deleted and Verstelstand I won't watch. The Ultimates versus Tech. I mean, First Killer and them should take that, but I'll watch for calm's sake. Pirates and Shopify will be good. I'll definitely be looking forward to that. And then Complexity versus Almost Nuts, I feel like that's a 3-0. 9 Lives should 3-0 Evo. So, interesting. This is interesting here. So that means Complexity or 9 Lives is probably going to make their way on out of here.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so this is dope, man. North America looking good. Looking good for show.
Make sure y'all stay tuned to the podcast for some Rocket League review with Dak's expertise on it. To wrap up the show, we're going to do our coin segment, Pick and Ban, where me and Dak pick and ban something from our recency and reflect. All right, I'll go ahead and start us off. My pick is quitting smoking. The withdrawals have been tough, but definitely something that I needed to do. So yeah, trying to be more productive, get in the gym. Quitting smoking was one of those steps.
Hell yeah.
I'm still gonna do it in random scenarios and real weed. Going to Breckenridge next month, so definitely gonna entertain some pot there after a nice tea break. But yes, quitting smoking regularly to be more productive and get in the gym and whatnot, and improve my lungs as well. So yeah, that's my pick.
Hell yeah. My pick is I just realized we're getting a skate game this year.
Oh yeah, I forget about that. That's
I really
so
hope it's
fucking
good.
Sick.
I mean, I feel like
what I've seen from it looks sick.
Yeah, and I feel like this is hard to fumble. You just got to make it similar to the old ones and make it where you can play with your friends more. I don't know. Just make it fun. Just make it fun. It's skate.
You got to make it like GTA, but for skateboarding. Not as big of a scale, obviously, but like the way you go into races on GTA, you should be able to do that with like skate competitions or something.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
My ban is the TikTok ban. So apparently on Sunday, as far as we know, TikTok's gone for good. Originally, they were saying it just wouldn't be downloadable anymore. So if you had it on your phone, you're good. But now they're saying now when you open the app on Sunday, it's going to have just a link that brings you to the ban, like talking about the ban.
Yeah.
So that sucks. I like TikTok a lot. Even though it being removed might be good for my mental health at some capacity, I definitely am going to miss that. So that sucks if that is actually true, and we won't be able to post on there anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. I'm gonna miss it, but I definitely understand that it's not good for me. So
no, I agree.
Probably for the best.
But like, why is? But like, the only reason we're banning that one is because of the link to China or whatever. Like, that's literally the only reason that they want to ban it. Because like, and it's because we get immediate news and it's kind of unfiltered, and we get like the actual shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So we'll see.
Knows?
Whatever.
It's dumb.
What's your ban?
My ban is my sleep schedule, since we're on the topic of bettering ourselves this year.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to start going to bed at like 11. Started getting off early. I just go watch YouTube for 3 more hours. Like, it just, no matter what, it's always 2 a.m. at some point, and I don't even realize I've done it. It's like I just see red and I murdered someone, and then I wake up and I like come to, I'm like, what have I done? Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. So...
Dude, what helps me, like, I have a trigger, and it's plugging my phone in and putting it on my nightstand. And so, like, if I can just get myself to do that like 10 minutes earlier each night, like it like does something in my brain.
That's smart.
But don't you watch YouTube on your phone?
Yeah. See, no, that's the problem. It's plugged in.
You got to get you a TV.
It's plugged in right next to me. I lay, with my phone like right up on my face, and I just YouTube it up. It's even worse if I'm playing something like Elden Ring or something where like I gotta learn some
long form
shit.
videos.
Yeah, and then
you have to pay attention.
And I'm like obsessed with the game, so I'm locked in, like watching hella videos.
By the way, did you see who posted Elden Ring today?
Yes, Jev. Level 1 run, he's back.
It was good. Did you watch it?
It had to be because of Hitch's tweet. I started it.
It had to be.
I haven't finished it.
It's good. It's just on the hippopotamus the whole time. Which really made me want to play that.
Yeah,
but
I love that.
Hell yeah, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into episode fucking 50. We did it. Halfway to 100. If the TikTok ban actually goes through and y'all are here on YouTube, stay here. We're going to be continuing to upload shorts.
I liked you better anyways, YouTube. Yeah,
YouTube shorts are better anyways, in our opinion. So we'll see what happens on Sunday with the whole TikTok ban. But we really do appreciate you guys tuning in for episode 50. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see y'all in episode 51. Doses.